Hello, YouTube. This is Alzoru, and I'm here because a very important change has been made to the starter decks. The wildlife deck, which I previously said it is pretty much hot garbage, well, has been removed in favor of a different deck, Asburin's Grace. This is a deck that is... Well... Now, where was I? Ah, yes. As I was saying, finding... Oh. Asburin's Grace is an actually decent starter deck that has something that none of the other two starter decks has. And that's back row removal. Not a lot of it, but it does have it. It's also, like Heroes, got Binding Light Chains, which can be a very powerful red card, as well as Protective Veil, which, while not the most powerful red card out there, is certainly worth consideration. Block Attack is a genuinely better red card, but that doesn't mean you should completely take a Protective Veil just out of your consideration. Sacrificial removal is just one of the many ways that this deck can give you lots of life points, as well as Vase of Life. Mystic Recycling, I think, is pretty good. And if you happen to be running low on cards, not that any of these decks are mill decks or anything, but having anti-mill strategies, even against decks that aren't milling, can help you win a war of attrition. Now here is Spellbreaker. Spellbreaker is a fairly powerful blue card, but also a fairly expensive one that lets you negate the effect of a blue card on the field and then destroy it. This is this deck's back row removal, and it's very good. Starlight Collection is also in here for that, you know. You've also got the Rusha, which when destroyed just gives you a life point on its destruction. So, yeah, that's very nice to have in a deck that is very much focused on getting you more life points. It's even got a decent Searcher in Ghost of Seeking. It's also got the Hugani Ziggurat Guardian, whose effect is decent but not amazing. However, it can't be returned to the hand or negated, so that is very nice, even if the effect isn't super great. It's also got the 3 cards you need to summon your boss monster, of course. Now, here's the thing. While the text does only say you can summon the boss from your deck, it is actually supposed to say deck and hand. I just ran out of space. But as written, it's only from the deck, so currently if you actually draw your boss monster, it's kind of a dead card in your hand unless you can summon it straight away. Asbury and Cleric is a less good monster reborn, essentially. Ruby Eyes Statue is just there for some low-grade stalling. You've even got one of the good Starlight Pylons in Superior Starlight Pylon. Celestial Dragon Messenger. Which in and of itself, it is a fairly powerful card with a fairly powerful attack that can also buff the attack and defense of other monsters on the field. It's just nice to have. And then there's the boss card himself, Asberend Goldscales, who has the highest attack, or base attack, of any boss monster in the game so far. And on top of that, he also can give you even more life points. And he can only be destroyed by battle, which, he's not the easiest boss in the world to punch over. That being said, he is difficult to bring out, especially if you happen to draw him before you draw all of his parts. Since if you draw him before you get all of his parts, you just kind of end up with a functionally dead card unless you somehow manage to get 9 star power. Also, I changed the background here so that it's essentially just a big global map of Nafine that I created myself using the program Worldographer, or Hexographer too, if you want to call it that. So yeah, new starter predicted she who's and it's definitely better than the wildlife deck, although I haven't play tested it against either the other two or against my Game Master deck just yet. And I'm certainly not going to tell you guys which of these decks performs best against my Game Master deck, in case you happen to be one of my server mates watching this. Now, that being said, thank you for watching, and happy dueling.